We'll explore the relationship among the three variables: average revenue, marginal revenue, and elasticity of demand, AR, MR, and E. We know that elasticity of demand, E, which is also written as a small e in certain books, is equal to change in quantity demanded of a good by the change in its price. So, change in price of the good, because elasticity measures the responsiveness of demand to a change in given change in price. So this is mathematically written as delta Q by Q divided by delta P by P, or delta Q by delta P into P by Q. This can be also written as dQ by dP into P by Q. dQ by dP means we are trying to find the change in one variable, that is quantity, with respect to the other variable, price. P and Q being the initial or original price and quantities respectively. Now we'll keep this equation E is equal to dQ by dP into P by Q. We'll keep this and remember this equation because we'll need this later on. Now let us find out what MR is. What is MR? MR is delta TR by delta Q, which can be also rewritten as DTR by DQ, which means that as quantity changes, total revenue is also changing. Now what is TR? TR is nothing but P into Q. And what is dPQ by dQ? How do we solve this? We can differentiate PQ with respect to Q. Differentiating PQ with respect to Q, we will get P constant, differentiating Q with respect to Q, then keeping Q constant, differentiating P with respect to Q. Here dQ gets cancelled, so we are left with P plus Q into dP by dQ. Now if we divide MR by AR being equal to P, we will get P by P plus Q by P dP by dQ. Here P and P gets cancelled, so we are left with dQ by P into dP by dQ. If you see this equation and you match it with this one, then you'd find that MR by AR, that is this Q by P into dP by dQ, is an reciprocal of elasticity equation dQ by dP into P by Q, right? So we can say that MR by AR is nothing but, this is actually 1 plus, for this entire thing we'll get 1. It is 1 plus 1 by elasticity of demand. Now, elasticity of demand is always negative because demand for normal goods with its price will have a inverse relationship. So when we are finding the reciprocal, this also has to be put. So what do we get? 1 by 1, 1 minus 1 by E, right? So this can be also written as 1 by E is equal to 1 minus MR by AR, which is AR minus MR by AR. Okay. So what is E? Just the reciprocal of the formula 1 by E. So it is AR by AR minus MR. So we get the relationship between elasticity of demand and AR and MR. This is our first equation. From this very equation, these two equations, we can also find what is MR. MR is nothing but AR into 1 minus 1 by E, which is AR into E minus 1 by E. So this is the second. Now we can also find out AR in the same fashion. AR will be equal to MR into, so AR would be MR into E by E minus 1. So this is the third equation. So these three equations will give us the relationship between AR, MR and elasticity of demand.